bring in Marcus Green. You know,
is this the move?
It's a good sign when Matt Bradley hits 3 threes to start the game, and we're thinking, no problem, right?
You would hope
and then
so.
What happened?
And then
had some problems.
That's the thing. They started to slow down Matt Bradley, find ways just to throw different defenders at him. But more importantly, can we just talk about a guy like Matt Bradley, who all tournament long, he's been struggling big time, especially from beyond the arc. I want to say that they said earlier in the tournament he was like 15, 20% from 3, which is not him. He's a great scorer, great leader, a 5th-year guy for a reason, actually a 6-year guy for a reason. And that's the thing, is you just bring experience. You bring those hardships that you've been through this before. So you got to step up to the plate. And I was always told playing sports back in the day, big players make plays when they need to, and he did that tonight. Scored 11 of the Aztecs' first 13 points, which not only is huge, but it set the tone for this team that not everybody had to score right away. From there, other guys can find their rhythm, and eventually you saw it with Lamont Butler hitting that last-second shot, because once you start throwing a bunch of guys at Matt Bradley, that means it's going to start opening up things for everybody else. But even in that first half, it wasn't very characteristic of the Aztecs, because they gave up 40 points in the first half, which was the tied for the most that they have all season long. So we're starting to think, oh no, this isn't looking good.
Okay, so against Creighton, we were down by 5 points. Against FAU, we were down by 7. So I wasn't concerned about being down in the second half. What I was concerned about was that they scored 40 points. They were hitting their threes. They had the confidence, and that's what made me where I thought, if FAU scores 80 points, we are not going to win this game. I mean, we just don't have that kind of offense to score that many points. But guess what? They only scored 31 points the entire second half, which would be 62 for a game, right there where the Aztecs. I mean, the Aztecs just, I don't know what Dutcher said to them at halftime, but we need that speech, because that was a speech.
Here's the thing, that, you know, going into the locker room, not only were those guys probably disappointed because, listen, they know that that's not how they play the game, right? They know they play tough defense, and they don't give up a lot of points, but the most important thing is they made adjustments in the second half, which is something we have been seeing all tournament long. San Diego State has not been favored at all throughout these games. Even against Charleston, people were still picking the College of Charleston to win over San Diego State, even though the Aztecs were the higher seed. So I'm pretty sure Brian Dutcher probably just walked into the locker room and said, this is nothing we haven't experienced before, gentlemen. We have a lot of experience. We have a lot of depth. And we believe in each other. And that's been the biggest thing. So come second half, then we started to see the Aztecs. You know, then that's when FAU started shooting more threes, but they were contesting them a little more. Aztecs ended up shooting 50% from 3 as well. So guys started to step up in the second half and make those big-time shots. And again, anything can happen in March, but this is why you have the experience. This is why you have the depth. Guys have been in this position before. Maybe it was at other colleges, other schools, no matter what it was, but they stepped up to the plate, and I actually tweeted it out. As soon as Lamont Butler hit that shot, he stepped up to the plate when his team needed him most, and he made the play of the century for the Aztecs. The biggest play, personally in my opinion, in my too long here in San Diego, the biggest shot in San Diego State basketball history, no question.
And this is awesome for the guys who are on the team in the COVID year. When we really should have been a number 1, maybe a number 2 seed. We had a phenomenal team, and those guys did not get this opportunity. And now there are still a couple of guys on the team from there, and they are making a run and showing we were legit back then. And we're legit now. San Diego State, I think, could be in that Gonzaga conversation.
Absolutely.
This mid-major team that every year is starting to play better and better, and we can expect them to go farther and farther in the tournament. I mean, I'm keeping my fingers crossed, but it seems like we're heading in the right direction.
We are definitely heading in the right direction. We have this big game that we just won. I was like, wait a minute, y'all saying all this, but I believe that we will win, and it looks like we did.
And here's the big thing about winning a game like this on national television is that even though you're a mid-major team, whatever you want to call that, as a lot of people call Gonzaga, San Diego State, you know, people around the country are going to see this and say, why wouldn't I want to play at San Diego State? Why wouldn't I want to go somewhere where I can not only evolve as a player, but as a person, and then play for a great program? And now, as we see, they're competing for championships. That's where you get transfers from places like Kentucky, Duke, North Carolina, that are going to come here and be like, I might not be that guy over there, but I can come here to San Diego State, play a huge role. And I think that was the big thing that Brian Dutcher has been saying, is that we just have a bunch of depth. We have guys who understand the role, and they play for each other. They want to win, you know, regardless of what it is. That's why you see one guy score, like Matt Bradley tonight, score big. The game before, another guy score big. That's the big thing, is that guys just step up whenever their number is called, and that's why you have these kind of seniors and experiences, that everyone can fit in anywhere and everywhere. I love it. I don't even need that.
Mic drop. Mic drop.
I'm so excited. They earned it. They deserved it so much.
They earned it.
It was just, all nonsense aside and jokes aside, like, you see what this product is with these guys. And I think the big thing that Brian Dutcher kept saying is that this is just who we are.
Yeah.
I think everybody was surprised. Even us at times, when they played Alabama, we were like, they're really this good.
Yes.
But I think it's just a matter of the fact of these guys played together, they stayed together, they didn't listen to outside noise, critics, anything, numbers, whatever it was. They just played their style of basketball, and it paid off in the long run by sending them to the national championship.
And you know what? They're good kids. I mean, that's what's so great about it, too. These are good kids who you want to cheer for and you want to root for.
Yeah, you want.
Yeah. And you know what?
Come on,
and it was cool.
okay?
It was cool seeing Steve Fisher and his son there
beautiful.
too.
Yeah.
That was awesome.
I know, it's crazy.
All right.